Welcome to the podcast. This is Mr. Ish. We're here with some guests. Yeah, they're here from Randall, baby. From Palmaro Clubhouse. They're here to visit us and have some fun and use our digital arts studios and podcasting and all that stuff. Just give them a taste. You know, they're about to get this program also. So we're just making them aware of what's going on in the clubhouse. So welcome. From my left to my right, you could just introduce yourself, say your name, how long you've been coming to Kips Bay Boys and Girls Club.
My name is Lonnie NYC, and I've been coming to Kips Bay for like a few months now. Okay,
Lonnie, the only thing I ask is that you don't turn around and do all that because, look, if I start moving around, my voice gets different. And I want to hear everything you say. That's why I put the microphone right in your face.
All right.
So thank you, Lonnie. Next, who's here? Who's that guy over there?
Oh, man, you know who this guy is.
I don't know who he is. Who are you, sir?
No, my name is Chris Davis, and I'm the team director over at Randall, Palmaro. And I'm just glad to be here with two greats, two of the GOATs.
Drop a little horns. I'll drop a little something.
Man. And, I'm gonna pass it to my left.
Okay. What's going on? What's your name, sir?
My name is Johnny.
Johnny.
Also known as DJ Patron.
Ooh, DJ Patron. You play music?
Nah, I make
How
beats.
can you be the DJ and you don't play music?
I play music once in a while.
You got DJ equipment?
No, but like I'm trying to like.
All right, we're gonna have to change your name, Patron, because you can't be DJ this. If DJ Khaled, he DJs. He's a producer and all that, but he knows how to DJ. You know, I can't say I'm DJ Ish and I don't know how to play no music. So come on, you faking the funk right now. I don't like it. I don't like it. So we're gonna change your name before the end of this podcast. We're gonna call you something else. But DJ Patron, I'll give you that for right now. That's about to get changed. My name is Mr. Ish. We're here at Palmaro Clubhouse with our special guest. Palmaro Clubhouse is here. They're visiting. I don't know. I was doing a podcast like 12 minutes ago that says something is happening in the studio. So let's just go right to that. Yes. What was happening? Chris, you saw something because I didn't see it. The camera was off, so I didn't get to see nothing. Please, somebody let me know what was going on because I don't want to hear about it later.
Can I start? Because when I walked downstairs and when I tried to touch the knob of the studio, it burned my hand.
Ooh, it was fire.
That's how much heat that was coming out of that studio. Yes.
I'm going to throw the Funk Master Flex bomb on you.
Yes.
One of those?
Okay. DJ Patron, Lonnie NYC. When I walked in, they were so focused, so driven. The engineer down there, shout out to him.
That's Mr. Taj.
Mr. Taj, shout out to him.
Mixing anything down.
And these two are incredible. And got a lot of feedback. Two other members walked in the room and they even asked like, "Who is that? Yeah. Who are they?" And it was phenomenal for them to even step on the track and do what they do, show what they got. So, but enough of me. Let's hear it from them.
I saw when Lonnie walked in, she was like, "Where's the studio?" Don't even introduce me to you. Where's the studio? That's 12 seconds that I could have been doing something. So she was hungry from the get-go. Patron's been here before. So he might have not been as hungry as she was. Or maybe he let her take the lane, let her take the lead and fell back a little bit. So I don't know what y'all did down there, but I heard that you were spitting a little something. That music will come up in a little bit. We may even add it to the podcast. I don't know. Depending if it's clean and all that stuff. So how do you feel about the whole digital arts program? Come on.
I feel good.
I know, but you feel
about
good.
It
Come on,
because
man.
like it'll benefit me and it'll help me make a future out of something, anything. And I've been working on that song for months, weeks. I don't even know. And
now you happy that you got it out, right? I see that smile. That smile comes with like, I did it. I did it, and they talking about it. So you know what's the second part of that is promoting yourself, and that's what we're doing right now. Because now you talking about it, now we're promoting it. So this is like you being on Hot 97, and and we talking about what you just did. What you have to understand in digital arts, especially if you're in the music business, you're your own promoter. So the way you carry yourself, the way you apply yourself, the way you walk in the studio, the way you get the job done, that's part of promoting yourself. Now there's the second part of it, which is this: promoting yourself as a radio or promoting yourself on a podcast, promoting yourself on a photo shoot or music video or something like that. It's another way of promoting yourself. So we're trying to make sure that you guys have all this covered, or at least know enough about it that you can't get stubbed. Like somebody can't tell you, oh, we ain't doing that. But no. I know this could be done. Like, this is my song. This is the way I want it. This is my vision. This is what I see. This is what I want. This is the way I want to talk about my own stuff. Promoting yourself is number one. Because if you can't promote yourself, nobody else is going to do it.
Yeah.
They could talk about whatever they want. That smile and that energy that you brought downstairs, the swagger, the way you carry yourself. This is the truth. The swagger, the way you carry yourself is how people going to be like, yo, I could be like her. Oh, I like the way she rocks. I like the way she carries herself, and that's why I want to do this. Now, for DJ Patron over here, talk to me. How you felt about it?
I felt good.
You felt positive? You felt like the energy was good? The vibe was good?
Yeah. To see her record was nice because
You open up your eyes?
Yeah. So I'm going to try to make something for her.
That's it. That's your DJ Khaled right now. DJ Patron,
Yeah,
NYC.
honestly,
It could get done. It could get done. I'll shoot a music video if y'all get it together.
All right.
I got no problem with that.
that's exactly what we was working on.
I got no problem with that. You got ideas, I got cameras.
Okay.
So that's not even
nice.
an issue. Shoot it all over. Y'all can shoot here. We can shoot over there. Shoot in the pool. I don't care where you shoot.
In a pool.
Come on, we can get it done.
Can you talk about what do you envision for your first music video?
Things you see on YouTube. How it looks so fire.
I know, but everything
special effects.
really looks good now because the cameras are really good.
Yeah.
So, I know you probably haven't got to that level in the clubhouse, but we did buy cameras over there, and they're dope. Got some nice Canon cameras.
He told me about that.
I ain't gonna lie to you, we got better ones. But the reason why we got better ones is because most of them are mine.
Yeah.
Yeah, you hooked this up.
I do music videos for famous people, and then I also do a lot of weddings and a lot of bar mitzvahs and sweet 16s and stuff like that. I go throughout the country. I usually go on tour at least once or twice a year to Japan, and I shoot behind the scenes for DJs and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So I get paid well for doing it.
We got to drop a horn for you, please.
I get paid well. So that's what I do. So I have my cameras a little more updated than the ones normal than we have. So maybe my videos might look a little different. But what you have is not bad. People do it with an iPhone and they look good. So that's the truth.
Can we drop a horn for you, please?
You want to jump a horn for me? I'll give myself a blast. Shout out to my people in Tokyo, Osaka, and all that. So I'll be over there soon. You know who I am. I'll be over there. Japan is real, man. Japan is serious.
I want to go over there one day.
Japan, I've been there 4 or 5 times. Japan is a monster. It's different.
I want to
It's
see the
really,
culture.
really different. Culture's dope, but they into hip hop.
They
I mean,
hip-hop?
what? God, these guys know the label of they know the label, how it looks of the original record. They know that. They know who produced it, and they know everything. And they're not only on the hip hop. They do reggae. They do Spanish. They hard
Also,
into the music.
They're multicultural.
Yeah. You go over there with a pair of pants that say the Bronx on it, so you're crazy. Yo, where you got that from? How much is that? 75? I buy those all for you. I went over there with a pair of Jordans. I don't even know what number they were. And just, they probably were like 200 here. I went over there. I was wearing them. They were like, are you wearing those sneakers? Like, are you crazy? I was like, yeah, no laces, like all loose. They were like,
it's
you
foreign
wearing
to
those? Like, I never seen someone wear the sneakers. I was like, why
It's
am I
like
buying them for?
foreign.
No, because people, they collect them,
Yeah.
and they don't have a lot of money like that. But whoever does have it, they'll collect it, but not wear it. Like I was wearing stuff. Oh, that's a real Yankee hat? Like I never seen that one. It's like it's from the Bronx. It was like, yo, I buy that off of you. I was like, that's crazy.
Yeah.
So the culture's dope. They really definitely into hip hop. They into that. I went one time coming from a club, and I heard some reggae. I was like, reggae? I looked and I was like, I don't know where it's at, but I saw the color like on a poster, the reggae colors. I was like, gotta be there. Went upstairs, paid I think it was 10,000 yen or something like that. Went upstairs. I swear I was in Jamaica. They were slapping the wall. Boop, 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 boop. I was like, this guy is slapping the wall, bringing it around. Select the book club. I was like, yo, it's crazy. Everybody Japanese.
Yeah.
Everybody Japanese.
I can't wait till I
That's
shoot
a
my
crazy
first
culture.
music video.
All right, back to your music
Because-
video. That's about. I'm going a little too far. All right, your music video. What you envision on this song that you got? What's the name of the song?
Lonnie.NYC Lovesick.
Lovesick?
Yeah.
Oh, you trying to do a LL Cool J, one of those old school slow mellow joints?
Something like that.
Okay, I hear you. Let me see what you got over there.
Yeah.
I gotta go find that song. I gotta put on this podcast in the background or something.
Also, for the song, we also DJ Patron made a beat. We got to play that beat on the podcast too. You didn't even talk about that.
Come on, man.
Yeah.
Talk about it.
Let's go, Johnny.
All right.
Your time to brag.
This is your time to brag.
Okay.
And nobody's looking at you. I don't even have to look at you. This is your time to big up yourself, because this is the podcast that you're gonna have your friends listen to.
Yes.
So they're gonna listen to my podcast anyhow. So now you got to get your friends to listen to it.
Okay.
Your family members. Talk to me, DJ Patron.
So when I started this like producing, so I remember when you came in, and I was like, damn, that looks fun. So the next day after you left, I was like, okay, let me test it out. See how
it works.
So then I just tested it out, and I end up liking it. So then I kept on coming. Well, like I would walk into the bay like at 3:30, and then by the end 8 comes, I'm still there.
You're in the mix.
Yup. Like I don't want to take nothing.
That's why I get phone calls from Chris at 10 o'clock at night. Because people like you are still there.
True story.
Trying to figure it out.
True story.
Yeah.
All right. I accept the phone call. I don't hang up on nobody.
Yeah. So
Except for the, if you call me at 7 o'clock, I'm putting my girls to sleep. Back to you. So you were confident enough. You saw that there was something new happening, which is a good time to jump in. When there's something new, everybody's learning. So nothing that Chris could do, nothing that you could do, nothing I could do. This is all new. I don't even know how to talk on one of these. I know how to work this. I know how to put it over there. I know how to, do a couple of things. I'm not Howard Stern. I'm not a radio person. I'm not Kevin Hart. I don't do none of that. But I've never listened to a podcast.
you never?
Never?
No. Except for the ones that I do.
Yeah.
I've actually been on one podcast.
Yes.
I play fantasy football. So there was somebody, I was in a club and somebody knew that I play fantasy football because they kept calling me 3-time champ. So they were like, yo, 3-time champ, shout outs. And they were like, yo, who's the 3-time champ? So I have all my rings on, and they're very big, bulky rings. So the girl stopped me. She was like, yo, you the 3-time champ? And I was like, yeah. And she was like, I don't know nothing about fantasy football, but you want to talk about it in my podcast? I was like, cool, let's do it. So about a couple of days later, I got in contact with her. I went to her studio, and literally the podcast was supposed to be 20 minutes. I got out of there, it was 2 hours and 40 minutes later. Yo, they were cracking up. They were like, yo, you could do my show whenever you want. Yo, we went all over the place. That's the only podcast I ever listened to. I still have it up. There's a couple of foul language, so I can't let you listen to it.
Yeah.
But the podcast was just absolutely wonderful. And I've never done the podcast ever after that until I started, figuring this stuff out. And now they say I have a good radio voice. I don't know why, because all I do is eat cough drops. And it hasn't changed my voice. My voice hasn't changed. I got a little deeper, maybe. I sound a little like Barry White, but that's about it. So this is a real cool platform. It gives you the freedom to quickly promote yourself.
Yeah.
So I know you got people that are, I'm a YouTuber. The big difference is that a YouTuber, you could see what you're doing, and in a podcast you can listen to what you're doing.
You have to vision it.
You have to envision it.
Yeah.
So the jokes might be like, you have to really
Think
you can't
about
say, oh, you see his sweater's blue. You kind of have to be more descriptive. You have to talk about things that are easier to hear and to follow.
Yeah.
But besides that, it's just as easy as anything else.
Chris, you're really quiet.
Yeah, Chris is quiet. He might be a little tired or something. I don't know.
I'm mesmerized by you guys. That's why I'm just looking around. I'm stuck in the moment, just trying to appreciate now, and I'm happy right now. I wish people could see.
This is like a
see
big.
my
That's a
smile.
big brother smile.
Yeah.
That's like when a dad, the first 2 steps from a baby.
Yeah.
That's how he feeling right now. I've been there.
Listen,
I've been there, man. I'm happy that you guys are smiling and you're here.
Yeah.
That's another thing. Like we've been working on this behind the scenes.
Exactly.
This didn't happen yesterday. This is like, yo, Chris, let's work on this. Let's do this. There's a lot of maneuvers that we have to do. We got to get a van to get you here. We got to get permission. We got to shut the classes down. We got to make sure this don't happen. So there's a couple of maneuvers that we have to do to get this done. But it's not something that we can't do if we see the fire in your eyes or the I'm really want to do this. I want to be part of this trip. I bet you next time he actually go on this trip, there's going to be more than 10 people. Yeah. I could tell you that for a fact. I could tell you, be like, yo, I'm going, right? And there's going to be 12 other people that heard about it or that listen to the podcast. They're going to be like, yo, that was dope. Yo, when they're going to bring that here or when this ish going to come over to us, to our clubhouse. Because I'm willing to travel. I told them. I take this, I pack this up and I go. Like when you want me there next Tuesday, I'm done. Like I'll do it. I'll do it quick. Yeah. I don't need permission. By the time when I get over there, I'll talk to Dan. Dan, I'm still punching in. I'm doing this. Right? So that's the way I do it. I'm a little more rebel.
Shout out to Dan for making.
Come on, man! I give shout out to our executive director. Shout out to Sinclair for believing in us and doing this this podcast. And every once in a while, you have to invest in the program, and they definitely invested in us. So we want to make sure that you guys have the best of the best. And I'm not gonna lie to you. What you think studio time costs downstairs? Just in general.
Just being in it.
Just being in the studio with an engineer, because the engineer is Julio. He's the one that does the mixing. And now Taj is the engineer / part of the producing crew because he's the one that mixes it down. So just let's just go Taj. How much you think a studio with just Taj costs? An hour.
$60, $100.
You're probably right. You're probably depending on the studio, about $180.
An hour.
An hour. And that's not talking about the engineer. And you have to do
it's just the whole studio.
Yeah, you have to do 3-hour blocks. Because no one's going to, I'm not going over there for 1 hour. It's not going to happen.
Unless you're a goat.
Yeah. And then you have to be mindful. Now, you laugh at that. Some people paying that $180, but they don't get there on time. Get there 40 minutes late. I don't care.
They're missing their
I don't care. You pay me my $180. I don't care. But I also know that you're not serious. So I'm not going to go that extra mile, maybe filtering it, because now you're going to have to pay another 3 hours to get that done, to get it mixed, because I see that you're not hungry no more. If someone told me when I was young, I wanted to be an architect. If someone told me, yo, you have to be here at 1 o'clock, I'll be there at 10 o'clock. I eat a sandwich outside. I introduce myself out because it's free. And I don't have to pay for it. All right, I'm never going to be late. I'm never late now. I don't believe in that. So, the bus, the train. No, studio time is studio time. And I tell people a joke. I was once in the studio. I'm not a name drop, but I was once in the studio with Diddy. And seriously speaking, if you got there 2 minutes late, your studio time was over.
Wait, for real?
Yeah, you think he's gonna wait for you?
No.
You actually think that he cares that the elevator's taking long. He was like, this studio is over, studio B. And we go to the next room, and that person was like, yo, he's not no, nothing. So, and that's his own artist. You don't waste my time. That's exactly what he said. You should have been here 20 minutes ago, drinking water, going to the bathroom, shutting your phone down, doing all that stuff, introducing yourself to the engineer, making sure he had your beat before I walked in. I'm Diddy. I'm not walking in here and waiting for you.
Yeah, because they're not
never.
hungry.
So he walked in there a couple of minutes late, said, I'm going to Studio B. That's it. You're over. And if you walk out, then you definitely over on the contract. So that's how quick it can happen. And then you put him in a bad mood.
That's crazy.
You don't put him in a bad mood. You don't want to do it in a bad mood.
Take advantage of the opportunity.
Take advantage of it. I tell the kids that too. If I tell them, Julio's going to do this for this time and make sure you're here on Tuesday, I got here on Thursday. You know what? Your song is not on the list right now. I'm working with somebody else. This person's hungry. She was here. I'm working with her, and I feel like we have something. Now I'm working with you. I'll get back to you. I'm not going to shut you down, but I'm working with her right now. She's hungry. And you have to be aware of that, because the people that are going to help you and the ones that are going to help you for free and the ones that really want to help you, you have to jump on that. You have to jump on that. If I say I'm going to do something and you call me or you text me and I'm like, okay, so she's about it. Let me make sure I'm there next Thursday, because we're going to have to shoot that little clip for the video or whatever. Because I already said I'm going to do it. And if you're coming back and forth or through Chris or whatever, and we're having good connection, then it has to get done. I can't have you waiting either. But you guys have to also respect our time and respect the things that we do, because we have our hands full. I'm pretty sure. How many kids you deal with, in your teen program?
On a daily basis?
Well, in your teen program.
Oh, man, total, we have about 100.
Okay, so you're saying
have about
100 kids that he's not shutting down.
To one.
Yeah, it's not 100 kids that he has to split himself into. In this clubhouse, I have from 6-year-olds to 18-year-olds, so I probably easily have 300 and something kids that cross through here, and whatever the concept is. Some of them want to talk in Spanish. Some of them want to do a podcast. Some of them want to talk to me personal reasons. Some of them want to make a mix of a beat. So there's a lot that goes on. So the ones that promote themselves and the ones that push a little higher, they get to the top of the quicker because you could see it in them.
Honestly, when I first started working on Lovesick, I was inspired by Chris because I was like, why do you have studio equipment? This is just a regular teen center. And he was like, all right, you want to talk like that, so I want you to lay down a track. So I went home and I wrote the song and I played it for him and I got the perfect beat the same night. And he said it was dope. He said I had to take it serious. So that's what I did, and then that's what made me interested in my music.
Think there's nothing that's going to make somebody like myself or Chris, and I'll talk for Chris because you don't want to talk too much, is for one of you guys, and I've been to to dinners and we've been to stuff with K7 and then and all these other groups and stuff like that, and when they big up the teacher that helped them out, or the one person that made sure that they were there on time, or some of them made sure that they just ate. And that was, that's what kept them coming because they ate, they ended up going to the swim team and, almost making the Olympics or something like that. So when you hear something like that as a worker, as part of a Kiss Bay Boys and Girls Club, that's one of the pat on the backs for us.
Yes.
Like his smile right now, when you lay that real nice, he's still smiling. If I had a light on it, it'll be beaming in here. So he's very proud that you didn't shut down because you could easily do it too. You could easily be
they motivate me. They help me wake up in the morning and have something to look forward to. And for example, I remember the first day when I pulled out the equipment and Mr. Ish helped me understand how to set it up, and they jumped on it. So the next day and weeks after that, and I was like, I need to be more serious and I need to be more dedicated to not only their dream but my dream, because my dream is to make sure they get what they need. So when from Johnny, aka DJ Patron, making the tracks and blasting it in the teen center, and I'm opening the doors, right?
You like those speakers, right? The little Kirklands.
Man, those speakers
They're
are
loud.
phenomenal.
I remember I gave him the headphones, and then he was like, "Nah, take these off."
Nah, put these on.
And then he went to go get the speaker. I was like, "Yo, Chris, chill."
And he opened the door and let everybody out there hear.
I let
it just
the
started
whole
going.
clubhouse hear it.
We haven't heard nothing in these speakers here. They're a little bit better.
Yeah.
I think just because the woofer's a little bit bigger.
Yeah.
But when I put the Kirklands on that day, they were like, "Yo, what's going on?" And I was like, "Yo, we are halfway." The speakers are called Kirklands, but DJ people, and you should know this because DJ, we're changing your name, but I'm giving you all the DJ stuff. We call them Captain Kirks. Captain Kirk. I don't know if you know about Star Trek and all that, but that was the captain. So DJs call them Captain Kirks. They were like, "Yo, you got the Captain Kirks in the studio, whatever." But the speaker brand is called Kirkland. Those are small ones. They make them different sizes, but for that room, they sound really, really good.
So y'all got the biggest ones.
No, we got a different brand, and I think I was a 10-inch speakers. You'll probably have 5 or 8-inch. But it's just they're made for studios, so they're really blocked off, and a lot of the bass it absorbs a lot of the bass. But if you ever go to a real studio, like a Money Studio, Diddy Studio, or something like that, there's speakers in there. I had one in my house. It's called Genetics, and that one speaker is $26,000.
No.
So if you buy a pair, you're at $50,000.
Now you guys can save up.
Yeah.
So I remember when I had it in my house, I threw away all my stereo. My wife was like, "Oh," I was like, "We don't need nothing. I got one speaker.
Yeah.
My speaker was blasted." But it's an investment in yourself, and then later on, I sold it, and I still got $18,000 for it or something like that. So it's not a loss. But there's a lot of equipment that costs a lot of money. Believe me, all the stuff that we have here is pretty much in that range. That we spend a lot. I think we probably dropped. I think when I took all that stuff over there, it was probably $10,000.
Maybe over
10 grand worth of stuff.
in
Like
less
producer
than an
stuff.
hour. But the thing about it that you guys, so far you learning the podcast, right? You went to the
Yeah.
studio, so you know what that part is. Obviously, mics, boards, all that stuff costs. Now learning the beats over here with Julio or in your program, you have Logic, you have the Apple computers, you have the pianos and all that stuff. Now there's another part of it, which is another part that we all going to get into, which is the photography and the videography of it.
Yeah.
So now you're going to be able to do at least know the aspects of it, and maybe you get good at two things. Maybe you get good at all of them, but you're going to be able to know how to shoot your own video, how to set up for your own album cover, how to shoot pictures, how to lay a track, how to basically bounce the track, how to mix it down, how to promote yourself in a podcast. Where else in the world are you going to get that? All you have to do is want it.
Hungry.
Right.
All you have to do is want it. There's nothing else. There's no fee. I'm not charging you for this. Chris is not charging you for it. Kiss Bay charge you the little $10 a year or something to get in the door. That's just for us to maybe pay one staff member or something like that. It's not like it's you guys spend more on sneakers than that. So all you have to do is just want to do it and show up on the regular.
I always show up to Kips Bay.
Yeah,
And
show up on the regular.
Snacks.
I was fiending for Chris, like, for him to do the thing. I would always go in the teen center, and as soon as he showed up, I'll pull out the equipment.
You know what we did the other day? We did a cipher.
Oh,
It's one of the podcasts. Look, I'm gonna give you the information. Listen to it. There's a couple of juniors. They've been wanting to come, but because of I usually leave early, not early, but I leave at 6:37 because I want to put my girls to sleep. They were like, "Yo, Ish, stay, so we could get this cipher." So I set up a cipher. 3 of them. I had their music, and we were just going around in a circle, and they were spitting, whatever was on their mind, and it was kind of dope. So definitely check out the podcast because you'll get an idea of how it's done. I've been there when they've done it for BET, like a BET cipher. I've been there when they've done stuff like that. So it's not the same, but just getting out there and just doing it is kind of dope. It's kind of dope. So we could do stuff like that. Like, y'all want to have your 3, y'all do a cipher, and then I'll bring my 3 and we do a cipher. And, and it'll be kind of cool because
let's set that up.
y'all could all work off each other. You understand? All we got to do is make sure that we keep it clean. And for my guys, it's hard. For my guys, I ain't going to lie to you, it's hard. But
what do you say? What do you say for the teens, right? Let's say 13 and up. How they express themselves is kind of different than someone who's a cadet.
Definitely.
So I know sometimes it's using certain words. That's how they express themselves nowadays. So, but what do you say around that?
So we have to, and we know this because obviously we're adults.
Yeah.
And we work for a company that's a nonprofit and is for children. In order for me to help you, you have to give me that. Okay. You could have the best joints and you could curse it out, and I can still produce that for you. But in order for me to show my boss Dan, and for me to show Sinclair, and for me to show my directors, I gotta have that one clean cut, or at least you do the podcast clean or whatever. Because then I can say, look, she's working on this.
A clean copy
she's working on this other stuff. We gotta let her live also, but I can't promote that. So you are gonna exclude yourself from my podcast. You're gonna exclude yourself from my website. You're gonna exclude yourself from a lot of things because you want to say the F word or you want to drop a couple of other little bombs. So you have to think of it. Is that gonna work for me? They're trying to promote me. They're trying to big me up, and because I want to be like, yo, I shot this person, and you want to get to that file, I can't help you. I can't. I don't limit my podcast. I don't tell somebody they can't say something. But when it comes to that, I can't promote it either. Because I'm here for the kids. I'm here for you guys. So I can't promote the violence. I can't promote the drug use. I can't promote anything that's negative. So I don't want to do that. So you have to be careful with that. And that's a we call it a double-edged sword. If you want me to help you, want Chris to help you, then we're going to need something that's clean. Because that's the only way we can show our bosses that's the route you're taking. And the people that want to give, because believe me, the people that want to give, Miss Cordero, the board, and all these people that like to give us money, they're not going to take you to one of their programs and have you spit a whole bunch of nonsense out there. Because that check is not going to be in the thousands. That check is going to be like, who authorized this, and get them off of my stage. So, that's one of those things. So you got to be careful with that. And to tell you the truth, you don't have to always drop an F-bomb. You don't. We have a girl here that did a song the other day about osmosis.
What?
Osmosis is the how a plant, you basically, from a seedling all the way to a plant.
Oh, yeah,
She
yeah.
did a rap about osmosis. It's gangster. It's dope. It's dope. Then my favorite producers here, because I call the young ones like yourself, maybe that's a better name for you, producer something, P Patron or something like that. We gotta work on your name. One of my favorite producers only comes in the summertime. Very quiet kid. His name is Brandon. Very quiet kid. He must have at least, if you look at a Kiss Bay digital arts on YouTube, I did like 14 videos last year. At least you can open the door. Like 9 of them were produced. The songs were produced by him. Nobody there? Nine of the videos, he produced like 9 of the songs. He's fire. He'll come in and boom, 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 boom. Then I have one kid that's my best producer. He's literally 7 years old.
Wow.
7 years old. Could control that joint. I'm talking about laser track down that me and Julio just have to be like, we just gonna mix it. He's like, that's it. He's just inclined. He could do a bachata. He could do a reggaeton. He could do an African beat. He could do whatever. He has files over there, and I'm like, nah. He didn't do this, Julio. He was like, yo, my man. He cut everything up. He knows how to blend it. He knows how to bring it up. He knows how to bring a 808 in, a bass. He knows how to do all that stuff.
You know what I think? I think you brought up, you're having my brain and the wheels in my brain. I said that right? Just roll, right? Because I think we need to do like a beat off. I don't know what you call that. What do you call that?
What is that?
Like a challenge, some kind of a challenge.
You could do that. You could do that. Whoever comes up, with a good beat or something like that.
I think this guy over here, I think I got one of the best.
I'm telling you,
I'm just saying.
I'm
just saying, I got one of the best over here. So,
What about me?
yeah, but
Producer-wise.
he's producing wise. He's doing the track. Okay, I'm gonna let you know. I'm gonna let you know another thing. As an artist, right? You're an artist. I just know because a lot of my friends were in the music business. You want to be as much part owner or part of whatever's happening in your career, because let's say as an artist, you got paid. I'm gonna use a small number, $1,000. You got paid $1,000. You're the artist. The artist has to pay the producer. He gets his 30%. So that means he got $300. You wrote the song or you co-wrote it. If you co-wrote it, he gets $150. You get $150. So now he already made $450. He's not in front of the mic. You're in front of the mic, but you only made $1. You only made $150. He already made $450. Now, if he's the one that's the DJ, oh, you know what? He just got another $200 because he's the one that's on stage doing the stuff. So he's already up to $460 or $450. You made $150, but you're the one. You're the artist. So you got to be involved in everything, because if not, this guy is going to make. He's going to make $700, and you're going to make $300, and you're going to be upset. Yeah. But he's the one that produced it. He's the co-writer. He's the one that's on the stage. He's your manager, or he's the one that's setting up your gigs. He's the one that's going to get paid. So when you see artists, and it's a little hard now because artists don't get paid like they used to. Yeah. When you see artists and you be like, yo, I'm broke, or they get upset at their producers because he did all the legwork. Yeah. He did all the legwork. For that $1,000, he deserves his $700. You got to get your hustle game on. That's what it means. You got to get your hustle game on. You either gotta do like a let's say a show, like a little show together with friends or something like that, so that you guys could make a couple of extra dollars. But if not, he's gonna make all the money, and that's how a lot of the rivalries happen, because you're not in control of your stuff.
You're letting other people do
exactly
what you should be.
So when you're shooting the video, get in the grind, shoot some of the video yourself, or make sure that you have your vision, seen, because that's an important thing.
Let's do some more research on that. So whenever we get back into the lab, before we even jump onto the computer and the booth, let's do some more research on that.
Definitely.
All right.
And definitely, promote yourselves, man. Promote yourselves. Anytime that you can positively promote yourself.
I promote my song all the time.
Promote yourself all the time. I understand you all got all that social media and all that stuff. That's great.
I post it all the time. Great. I put the link in it.
Do what y'all got to do, because people, you have to get seen. If you can't get seen, you can't get paid.
Yep.
If you can't get paid, or you can't get out there, there's gonna be a lot of stuff you give away for free. It's just the world today. Before you went to a record label and they did all that, everybody got SoundCloud, everybody got YouTube, Everybody got, all these different other programs that they put stuff on. So you have to be out there, and if you're gonna put stuff up, you gotta do it consistently. You gotta put stuff up, and don't put a song one day and 3 months later be like, yo, I'm back. I'm doing this. I was working hard.
Because people gonna lose interest.
Then you better have an album. If you got 3 months that you didn't do nothing, you better have 7 songs. Because if not, someone's gonna be like, yo, I ain't following her. Like, she ain't doing nothing. She coming through every once in a while. You can't do that.
Yeah.
Text me.
I understand that.
We got to end this on a funny note. I like
What?
you guys are locked in just now. You guys are serious. Had a serious conversation about music. Mr. Ish definitely guided you guys and definitely schooled me. He definitely schooled me a little bit. And I think the people got to know about.
What you want to know about? You want me to tell you a story? I'm a storyteller. I'll tell you a story. You're gonna like this one. I don't like the story, but I'm gonna tell it. I was in the studio once. I already started with the laughing. I'll tell you the studio once. I was in the studio once. I went with my friend, and we went to the studio. He was like, "Yo, I'm about to go up there with Busta and do something." I'm like, "All right, cool. I see
Busta Rhymes.
Busta Rhymes. I'm sorry if I dropped the name like that light, but it's Busta Rhymes." So he's like, "Yeah, come through with me." Yo, mad paranoid, mad security, everything. I'm like, "Yo, that's the way he is." All right, we cool. We get upstairs. They're about to lay something, doing small talk. You want something to drink? I'll take a soda. I opened the soda, and I guess it must have shaked or something, and I spilled it a little bit. Yo, they kicked me out of the studio.
Oh.
Wait, are you serious?
Not even joking. Yo, to this day, I was like, yo, I got kicked out of a studio by Busta Rhymes for opening a soda that someone handed to me, and it goes, and it fizzled, and it went a little down, and he was cool about it. Like, he was like, no, I got that. There's a towel right there. And I, rubbed it down real quick, and I was like, I got that. And I sat back down. My friend must have got a text. He was like, yo, man, got to go. And I literally had to go. I was way downtown, like Avenue B, in some crazy studio. It seemed like 18 people to get through to go, and I got kicked out of the studio.
That's crazy.
So, with that being said, thank you for coming. I appreciate you guys. We had a good time, and this is not gonna be the last time I hear from you. And I got to get your little beat and all that stuff, so I can listen to it. All right, guys, you want to say shout outs or goodbyes to anybody?
Shout out to myself.
Boom. Promote that. Promote that. Promote that. DJ Patron, we changing your name. I gotta get back to you on that. I'll send you a file or something. All right, guys. Chris, thank you for bringing them. And we're out of here, guys.
Check. 1 2 1 2. Check.
Randall, we're here. And we're out.